Hello everybody, this is Retro Bear speaking to you live from the Gaming Pantry, and welcome to the tNb Gaming Podcast, Episode 3, subtitled Oh No, Not Again. We are going to be discussing subjects, interests, and we'll be celebrating someone's birth. Not live, but someone's birthday today. I am always happy to mention that we are all on YouTube, which is where you're watching us from now, and we'll put all the descriptions to the link to the channel in the descriptive box so you can click along and see what else we do and our other interests as well. Once again, I'm very pleased to say that I have three wonderful people keeping me company this evening. Our very, very first panellist is the birthday boy himself. It is Pete Fighter 2. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening.
And how's your day been today?
It's been really good, actually. I've been sat out in my garden. It's like the first time I've had a garden for 14 years, and it's been the first really nice day. So
I trust you were 2 metres away from everybody else.
I was. So I was 2 meters away from my wife.
Yep. But you've had a good birthday. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's been really good, actually, considering I wasn't really looking forward to it because of the whole, social distancing thing. And the fact that my main present was not cancelled, but postponed. So I wasn't really getting anything either. But, it's been a really nice day, which I've almost read. And I got a parcel through from Carl, from Carl's room as well. So
oh, right.
It wasn't a birthday present. It just happened to come
on the same day as your birthday.
So.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Well,
so it's just been a nice day.
Lovely, mate. Well, thank you very much for joining us on this very special day. I'm sure we'll try and make it a worthwhile episode. Also like to welcome back to the Gaming Pantry via remote setting from his home. And this is the lovely Rob. Gurnaldinho plays. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Mr. Bear.
How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Good. And everything okay in your world at the moment?
Yes, well, sadly I'm suffering a lot of the same problems as everybody else, having been laid off work for 30 days, but, getting paid and also get to play games. So 80% pay and get to play games. Got to look at the positives, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are going to be in. I mean, I may be in the same situation pretty shortly as well. So it is one of those things we're all dealing with the best we can. And but if we've got hobbies like gaming or whatever other people enjoy doing, then it keeps us going in these really sort of difficult times at the moment.
And of course, YouTube.
And YouTube, yeah. I mean, everybody's uploading videos. I came from work tonight, and loads of people uploaded videos. So I'm probably now even further behind. And somebody else's videos I'm still quite far behind with is our third panellist this evening. And this is Nath Retro. Hello, Nath.
Just as well, because I haven't done it for a while.
Gives you an idea how far behind I am.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. And happy birthday to Pete, obviously.
Thank you.
Have a great day, yeah.
And how have you been since the last episode?
Yeah, climbing the walls, mate. I've been stuck at home. There's only so many times you can organise your games in your sock drawer and stuff, isn't it?
And congratulations, Nate, by the way, 100% attendance.
100% attendance.
Yeah, the marathon man, aren't you, really, for this?
You've brought up the hat trick already.
I get a certificate.
I don't know how he keeps turning up to be telling him in different nights to record on, and he turns up
Yeah,
anyway.
turns up.
I'm always here, mate, especially on lockdown. I've got nowhere else to go.
But aren't you working at home at the moment?
Exactly, I'm always here.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Right, so obviously Pete's birthday. Pete, you obviously, I think, we know because you posted a few pictures earlier, but obviously you've had some gaming-related gifts.
Yeah, I just got. I can't remember what the book was called because it's downstairs. But I got a nice book. It's basically like an I Spy book of consoles, and I've nearly read it all. It's really good.
I thought you were going to say Spot Goes Fishing, but
how can you I Spy consoles unless you have them?
Can you not remember the I Spy books?
Yeah, but that was like things on the road, so you can look out and see a traffic sign. The only way you could I Spy consoles if you have them.
Yeah, or you go to CEX.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I've picked out a console that I really want out of this book, and that's basically what I'm going to use it as. It's just like a kind of picking out the next thing that I'm going to work towards.
Are you certain it's not an Argos catalogue?
If it's an Argos catalogue, it's a bloody good one.
Or is it called The Game Console, A Photographic History from Atari to Xbox?
That's the one.
Yeah, because that's where you got your phone in front of you, that's why.
How dare you insult my memory?
I find it very easy to insult your memory.
Cutting out that game.
Who said that?
So, which console is it, or are you going to keep that a secret?
It's a Coleco Telstar arcade. It's like a triangle thing. On one end, it's got like a Pong machine. Then at one side, it's got a gun in a holster, and then on the other side, it's got a steering wheel.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, not that I saw your photograph earlier, but I do remember that one.
I found one for sale on the whole of the internet, and it's £300.
You must buy it.
Well, that's £100 for the wheel, £100 for the gun, £100 for the other bit. Yeah, that's quite expensive. Is it just like one of the old sort of like Pong things where you just plug it into the telly and...
That's essentially what it is. Yeah, but it's got like the two other sides with like the other types of gaming on it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But,
what on earth is this thing? Telstar?
Coleco Telstar arcade.
Is that before they started making albums?
Sorry?
Telstar?
Oh, Telstar, yeah, it is the same company, yeah.
God, that's sort of like a completely different business demographic from one to the other. We're making all these sell-through albums. We're going to start branching out into consoles.
Yeah, well, back then, like everybody made consoles. There was like so many different machines, and like that's crazy.
That's sort of like Greg saying we're going to bring out a console alongside a new range of sausage rolls.
A vegan console.
Well, not that I've sat and read a book about it today, but apparently that's what caused the first console crash, because they were just bringing out so many different consoles, and they were all just basically Pong, so everyone just got bored of it.
Because that was the whole thing, wasn't it? There was no control over the software back then as well. So basically, once they cracked this is an episode in itself probably, but once they cracked how to get around the Atari thing, everybody was making cartridges. Even was it Purina, the people who made dog food? No, honestly, they did. If you can, I'm pretty sure it was something like that. They actually brought out their own game based around their own brand.
Well, I remember there was a game called iHobo where you had a virtual pet that was a homeless person on the iPhone years ago. So, talking about random games.
iHobo?
Yeah, I don't think that was a game as such. I think they just made you want to like look after the homeless, but it was almost like your pet homeless person. It was bizarre.
Just it's not a particularly correct name. Is it iHobo?
That's what it was called.
I take it they couldn't have called it iTramp.
That sounds like a really depressing Tamagotchi. I'm sorry.
It was quite depressing as well.
Yeah, and why would you want to keep it alive? But I don't know.
I think I'm keeping up. I'm sorry.
What? Sorry.
So I think I keep dropping out. I've not got very good internet tonight. So.
Oh right, okay.
But
thanks for stopping by.
So, it's like, we've had technical issues for the first three episodes, so we'll just carry on, haven't we?
Yeah, we had to Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything that I couldn't hear because I was dropping out. But I found Chase the Chuckwagon on the Atari. Chase the Chuckwagon on the Atari 2600 video game written by Mike Schwartz and distributed by Purina.
There we go.
By the way, Pete, one of those things sold, those square game console things, I don't know what, triangle even, for 150 quid roughly? No, 130 quid. So don't go for 300 quid one. Wait your time out.
No,
time will come.
This wasn't on eBay. It was on on a different website. It was £300 on there, but they only had one in stock, and I couldn't find anything anywhere else.
I'd like to say £130 sounds like a bargain, but.
To be honest, when I get my head into something, that is probably what I'd probably pay for it.
Really?
Yeah, once I get my mindset on something, I have to have it. But that's why I'm trying to focus on cheaper stuff. But it's like I was almost going to buy that video pack for £180, so I'm so glad I saw one for £50.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've seen it. I mean. It looks different, I'll give it that, but... Oh, hello.
Where's Nath gone?
Yeah, Nathan's disappeared again. Just anybody who's obviously got no idea what's going on, we're having technical problems again. I should really be calling this the Technical Problems broadcast. He's back again. Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, I thought Peter had gone.
Oh, you thought Peter... God.
It's me.
Right,
just going to get some more alcohol. Right.
Are you ready? Are we all here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, what else you get, Pete? Anything else game related, or?
I got like I said, I got that parcel off Carl from Carl's Room 70 on YouTube, and It was Resident Evil 2 and 3 and G Police on the PS1.
Nice.
Wow.
Really good games, actually, yeah.
I mean, we've mentioned Carl on our own channels before, and, he sent me, was it ISS 98 you did, Rob, on that?
Yes, ISS Pro 98.
Yeah, he sent me a loose copy of that as well, because I hadn't got one, just so I could get involved in it. But, Carl's a really nice guy, and for those of you who don't know Carl's channel, he started doing it because he was watching Us Guys, basically. And I think that's probably about as flattering as somebody can get. You watch what we do, and if anybody watches what we do, we're no bloody good at it. But if it inspires people to sort of start their own channel
Speak for yourself there, I'm an expert.
Oh, sorry, mate, I forgot that, yeah. And that $5 is in the post, isn't it? Yeah. But now,
when do we get paid, Retro Bear?
Sorry, we've lost you again, Nath. Sorry. But no, I mean, if people, we can inspire people to do it, and Carl's, from where he started, has sort of improved as well in time. You look at the old videos we've done; we've all got slightly better.
Oh yeah.
And does anybody watch their old videos?
I do occasionally.
Do you?
Oh no, I don't want to watch myself.
I mean, I watched a few of my old ones back, and Anyway, moving on.
Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
What I do, which is really, really weird, and it's just completely backwards, is I proof watch my videos, but I don't do it until after I've uploaded them.
No.
Maybe I should do it before.
I make my private, proof watch it, and I make it public, so that way,
No.
You can sort it out if you need to.
I just go in guns blazing, and then if I make a mistake.
But I'm pretty sure we've all uploaded videos where we should have done something before we uploaded them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think somebody mentioned that in my last one, that my video sort of used to break into 4 at the end, and I think Rob mentioned that Nate's last video didn't have any introduction music on it.
I was sure people sing along.
So,
every time I watch one of Nate's videos, I do sing along.
Oh, I do as well.
It's in your head now. That's why you don't need it.
No.
I'll just turn the volume down.
It's like,
all the way through.
Say like some GIFs, you can hear them like as you're watching them, even though they're silent, you can hear them in your head. My intro's like that.
Yeah. Now you say that, I can see that. I mean, that's great. I mean, that really is a great introduction on your video. I do like that one, Pete.
I just love the PlayStation. That's the only reason I did it.
Yeah, no, it sort of suits the channel. It's really, really good. And when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that's good.
I did it all in very basic movie editor. I think it was like Windows Movie Editor.
Oh, right.
So what? And Microsoft Paint.
What do we think is like the best console kind of intro? Because they've stopped doing it now for a lot of them.
Really haven't.
Xbox still do. Switch don't. I'm trying to think the ones that still do. I don't have a PS4, so I don't know about that.
Well, the one still does it a bit.
PS4, but I mean that's not very good.
Does
really.
PS3 have an intro?
It's the tuning up noises from an orchestra.
I think probably the best.
Oh
one,
yeah, that's awful.
The best one for me probably would be the original Xbox.
The Dreamcast. Love it.
The original Xbox, isn't that the one where you just left it on the menu and it'll have little voices talking to you in the background?
Oh shit! Yeah, I've heard of it. Oh, sorry, I swore.
Doing so well.
I'm going to edit this now.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's not for children anyway. It's all right.
Just leave it in. Hope for the best.
Yeah.
I thought the Dreamcast one was still a bit quaint. To be fair, not Dreamcast, the GameCube one.
No, Dreamcast one.
Dreamcast
GameCube
as well. The GameCube one's quite cool.
The GameCube one's really cool. I like the PSP as well.
Did you know that if you hold down, I think it's a Z button on the GameCube, it makes a different noise when a little block starts rolling around? Yeah. Oh well, that's that ruined them.
Which button do you put? Z.
Yeah,
the purple one on the top.
Okay. One. I didn't know that, so that's okay. That's something for me to do later. Brilliant.
Oh, one person didn't know. That's good enough for me.
I tend not to know anything, don't I? So, that's why I have you lot. That's why I have you lot on, so that you could educate the audience, and I just sit here and just
get the views.
Yeah, and just do what I'm doing, which is like filling time until I find out what I'm going to talk about next.
So Bears is the Xbox, Rob's is the Dreamcast,
Man's the PS1.
Yours is the PS1.
But I do like the PSP.
I didn't finalise my choice.
Did you not?
Finalise it. No.
Well, I apologise.
But I do like. Obviously, it's probably hugely biased, but I do like 361 as well.
Yeah, the 361. The new version of the 361 is really nice.
Yeah, it always feels much better to hear that start up than it does the Xbox One. So, yeah, 360. But then again, I do like the Dreamcast the way it sort of makes that noise and then gets quicker and then goes into the spiral. That's pretty cool. But I was thinking like Mega Drive, like it doesn't really have an intro. Sort of like every game has it for it on its game.
But everyone thinks of the Sonic one when they think of Mega Drive.
Yeah, but that's starting the game into that slightly different.
Yeah.
You see, if you want to, do one on the Mega Drive, all you just need is turn it on without a cartridge in there, and then make your own one up. It's great.
What's going to throw it out there? Mega CD, Game
Boy, just a little chime.
Yeah. That's got to be one.
It's going to be ineffective.
So what's the Mega CD one like? Because
I'm not going to sing it to you.
No one wants you to do that.
It's a little song that plays.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, right. And what's the PSP one like, Pete? Because, again, I don't know that one. So
it just plays a little tune, and I'm not going to sing it like Nate said. If Nate's not singing it, I'm not singing it. I don't do it for free.
You're really selling it to me.
Listen, my PSP's downstairs, otherwise I play it.
I don't want anybody else dropping it out. So that bring it with you next time. I'll
bring it with me next time. Yeah, and I'll sit and play it all the way through the podcast. I'll just play Final Fantasy and ignore it.
Is it that?
There you go.
Is that the Mega CD?
Yeah. No.
Did you not hear that?
That's the PSP.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Oh, right, that's quite nice, actually.
And in other news, my PSP needs charging.
There we go.
Yeah.
But then it plays like another tune when you start a game as well.
Don't know that one either.
No.
I think the best bit of music has to be the Spectrum, just for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes of static.
20 minutes of like squeaks and buzzing.
There was, I think it was School Days on the Spectrum though, where it actually sounded at one point like it was playing a tune when it was loading, and I used to sit and like sing along to it and dance to it when I was a kid because I had no friends.
Oh,
yeah,
are you sure that wasn't always in your head?
No, that was a genuine thing. School Days earlier today, actually. No, that was yesterday. I've been drinking.
We can't tell, honestly. Right, so what has everybody been playing lately? Because that's what we tend to sort of do. We sort of like what games we've been doing. Nath, do you want to start us off?
So, I played Splatoon 2 for the first time in ages yesterday, and absolutely whipped some little kids. I like to think they're probably of a good age, but
look,
I know
was it Maisie?
They're probably 10-year-olds.
We're going to start getting a reputation here of bashing little kids online.
Well, they all call themselves names like Ninja and stuff like that, and you're like, oh,
no, that was probably actually Ninja. He does play Splatoon.
Yeah.
That probably was Ninja. Well, I had him.
Did you beat him?
Says the man calling himself Nath Retro.
Well,
Scream 107.
Yeah. Everybody had me.
Yeah, but they can't add you without the friend code, can they? So that's all right.
They can just get whipped by me. Just come and play Splatoon. I'll come and beat you eventually.
No, would you say that's a bit of a guilty pleasure of yours?
Well, playing Splatoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's fantastic.
Or bashing little kids online. I don't know.
Bashing little kids online, maybe.
It is a good feeling.
Playing Splatoon. No, I really like that game. I think that's probably one of the cleverest made games of like recent years. Just considering it's a Nintendo game and Nintendo don't do violence or anything like that, having a kind of a third-person shooter to that degree that you can play online, I think is a really good game, and I think it's really kind of comes under the radar a little bit, maybe, but I actually think it's really clever.
Is it online only?
Yeah, there is a kind of a game that you can play offline that you have to get as an extra, but the majority of the game is online only. And for those who haven't played it, you basically have all kind of little levels you have. You have one which just basically captures as much land as possible, so you will have to cover it in paint as best you can. You'll have weapons which are things like a paint roller, a paintball gun.
What's going on there?
I think Pete's having a move around of the game, game loft.
I was sat on my leg and my leg's gone really dead and I'm trying to move it without making much noise, but obviously failing.
No, yeah. You can mute your microphone.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Can't I?
Yeah, so Splatoon 2 is really good. So for those of us who may own a copy of the game and we've had it for quite some time, it's still in the wrap by the Nintendo Switch in the lounge, which hasn't been used for ages, would you recommend somebody actually unwrapping it and playing it?
Yes, Russell, you need to unwrap it.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, okay. I was trying to do that anonymously, but that failed. Yes, so
I played that, and I played a bit of KO Flying Squadron today on the Mega CD, which is the most bizarre game of all time, but I love it to bits.
Which one? I've not heard of that. Which one's that one?
It looks a bit parodious kind of thing. It's like a crazy kind of shooter.
It is. It's a shooter. You're a girl wearing a leotard with bunny ears on the back of a dragon, shooting. What are they? They pandas? No, they're raccoons, like flying in the sky in various forms. It is.
Well, just pandas would be stupid, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. Just
pandas are endangered. You can't shoot those.
Well.
Whereas everybody hates raccoons.
You don't get very far in the game if you don't. Well, they are pandas. Yeah. No, they aren't. Though. They are raccoons. Jesus, I don't know. What's the difference?
They're more successful at mating raccoons. I'm not sure that's part of the game.
No,
I don't know.
I hope not. Maybe in later levels.
I'm just trying to tackle the question of what's the difference between pandas and raccoons.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
Rob, what have you been playing
I'll
lately?
get back to you.
Right. Well, apart from continuing with Dead Space, which I brought up last time, which, by the way, I'm thoroughly enjoying. It's absolutely fantastic. I have what else? Yes, today's Xbox Live indie game that I've been playing is called Hidden Through Time, and it's a really fun, actually, hidden object game. It was a little bit surprising in one sense. Obviously, you're trying to find the objects and all that, and rather than just be your standard Where's Wally book and nothing else happened but look for the objects, like if you pressed on a building, it would then open up the building, and then you could look inside the building as well. And it was only like £6, and I streamed it for a while and had people helping me on stream, which was quite fun. And as I say, there's definitely a lot of depth and time to the game if you don't use online guides and cheat to find where everything is. But very Where's Wally-esque and a lot of fun for quite some time.
Yeah.
If indeed you like hidden object games. I say the interactiveness of it I found quite unique for that style of game. But apart from that, we did dip into some Gears of War 3 for a little bit, but that's no shock with me.
You have to say you're a big Gears of War fan, aren't you? So
yeah,
it's any good.
I hadn't played Gears of War 3 for a good couple of years actually, so it really was dipping back into it because I've got a couple of. Because there is still a really strong online community for Gears 3, despite how old it is. But it's actually largely in America, and I've got a couple of friends from America in the Gears community, and they were online when I was actually streaming for the very first time. So after I finished that, I sort of dropped out of there and then popped into Gears 3 and had a game with them for the first time in ages.
Oh wow!
And the Horde mode in Gears 3 is probably the best one, despite the fact that I've probably put more hours into 4.
Mm. Oh,
but yeah, no, they're pretty much. I think it's just those 3 games I've really been hitting at the moment. Played a bit more Glass Masquerade 2, did a couple more puzzles and that, which I brought up in the last podcast. You know, the smash stained glass window puzzle game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at the stage where puzzles do take around about an hour because I'm in that sort of difficulty range. But again, it's nice just to, if you've got an hour or 2 hours to spare, you know, you can sit down and finish one, and it's quite relaxing. So yes, hidden object game, puzzle game, and then 2 games in which you absolutely brutalise aliens and Locust. So nice little spread there.
I'm not wishing to get a plug-in for you, but you've been playing a bit of Ford Racing 3 as well, haven't you?
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, but I did that for my a Never Have I Ever, and I've actually recorded the next Never Have I Ever, which is Starsky and Hutch on the PS2. So I've been playing a couple of PS2 games lately as well. So
I think I do have that one actually.
Yeah, no, Ford Racing 3 was actually surprisingly really good because it's like only £1 in CEX if you can actually buy one now. Mm. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I think I've got that on the Xbox. Well, no, I know, but I'm looking at it now. I can just see it on the shelf, but I haven't got it on the PlayStation too. But you said Starsky and Hutch, yeah?
Yeah, I played that as well.
Fantastic. I like that game. I really do like that game.
I really want to try that on the I've got it on the Xbox, but I really want to try it on the PS2 because I've heard there's a 2-player mode where the first player drives and the second player shoots with a G-Con.
I actually brought it up that
wow.
It was a shame that not only did I not have the equipment to do it, but obviously I can't actually invite anybody over at the moment to play anyway. But, you know, I haven't got a CRT.
So selfish of
well, they can sit outside if you don't, put the controller through the window.
If I turn the TV sideways next to the window, the G-Con might pick it up outside if I run a cable outside, I suppose.
Well, they can just run past the window, shoot
but,
it.
was going to say, I'm ruining my own review a little bit, but the one thing I thought that, as cool as it sounds, I think the driver might get bored.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time.
No one likes to be Desi, do they?
Starting Hutch, how can you get bored?
Yes.
Well, I actually had a friend who had just played racing games like exclusively, and can you remember the Ghostbusters game on the PS3? Yeah. When that came out, it sounded like it was going to be an open world game. My friend literally just wanted to drive us around in the Ecto 1 and then wait in the car while we did all the ghost busting.
was he a getaway driver for bank robbers in his spare time?
Maybe. I've not seen him for a while. He could be in jail.
It could be.
Jesus.
Oh dear. What have you been playing, Pete?
I've well, if you remember, catching back to episode 1, I was playing Darksiders Genesis, and I was saying it was really kicking my head in.
Yeah.
I finished that, and at the end of it, I unlocked a special Apocalypse difficulty, which obviously I'm not going to play. But I was unaware that you could change the difficulty, and if you go onto the level select screen, in like little letters in the corner, it says press triangle to change the difficulty, and I could have put it down too easy, and I just didn't even know. So it took me like 2.5 hours to do the last boss, and I hated it by the end of it. And I could have just dropped the difficulty, but yeah, I finished that.
Where's the fun in that, though?
Oh, there would have been a lot more fun than just repeatedly dying.
Yeah, I remember playing Borderlands and get stuck on the final boss of that for absolutely ages. And when I finally did it, you know, I think I might have jumped up and did a lap of the room. You know, I was so happy. But you know,
I had that with Halo 2. Actually. Sorry, Pete.
Halo 1, when you know the bit where you're driving at the end.
Yeah.
I failed that so many times. I don't think I ever actually finished that game. I just gave up.
Did you get your mate to do it?
No, I just like threw the controller at the wall and left it. YouTube the ending, and then started Halo 2.
I'm talking about tough bosses, Pete. You've played through Gears 5, haven't you?
Yeah, have you?
Now, the end one of that, not so much of a problem, but there was one in the middle of it. Christ, did it cause me some grief. Because you had
casual,
to get... Is it the one, you know the one I mean, where you have to get behind him and then put a certain amount of shots into the exposed area of his back?
Excuse me?
And you have to get him sort of stuck in the ice pool as well.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that was a nightmare.
I played on casual, and it still took me a couple of attempts.
Oh, I just played it on normal, I've got to be honest with you. And I wish I had it on casual for that moment.
General Ram at the end of the first one, that took me a while.
Oh, I know a way to cheese that. There is a way, yeah.
Just hide in the carriage at the end, don't you?
No, you need to go behind a specific block, and he actually gets stuck the other side.
All right.
I really should make a little video on it, how to beat General Ram on insane difficulty.
Yeah,
it's not 100% success rate every time, but it's got a high success rate. Yeah, I'll try and do that. I'll try and do that, actually.
I really hated that boss.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
I was going to say...
It's the one Gears I can claim insane difficulty I did purely on my own, no co-op aspect, that first one. Because to get the achievement on some of the other Gears games, you can actually play it in co-op, put you on casual, or put you on insane, put the other player on casual, and then just hang back while they kill everything.
Yeah, I think I did that with one of my friends on Gears 2 or 3, and... I just played it through on casual while my friend waited at the back on like insane and got all the achievements.
I did it on 2 for half of it, but yeah, for Gears 1, all the way through. General Ram, the whole lot on insane. That took
I remember the first time
it took me like 3 hours to work out how to do that trick with General Ram. I remember one night it was like, right, I've got an hour before I have to go to sleep so I can be up for work in the morning. 2 hours later, I still hadn't beaten him, and I was just like, it's the last thing, I will do it, and I had to actually give up, which hurt me so much. But another 2 hours into another night, I finally worked out a way of doing it, and now I can do it, you know, within 10 minutes. Eventually, get the method done.
I remember the first time I played Gears 1, and just on a different subject, and it's just like I was blown away by how good it looked, and I just couldn't believe that games could look that good. It was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of frown upon Gears 4 onwards because it gets more colourful, and that's not the ambience of what the what the situation is.
My general feeling about the current generation Gears games is it's just lost its way.
Yeah.
The first 3 are so much better. But anyway, what have I been playing?
Sorry about that.
Don't bring up Gears with me around, mate. We'll be here all night just talking about that.
I don't think I did bring up Gears.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. Anyway, Pete, what have you been playing, mate?
After I finished that, I started on Yakuza 5 on the Yakuza Remaster Collection on the PS4. And I don't think anyone here has played a Yakuza game, have they?
No, I was just about to ask you, what are you talking about?
Guilty.
It's like I know Nate's played Shenmue, and they're basically like a more action-packed, over-the-top version of Shenmue. But
is that Shenmue or Shenmue?
Shenmue.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
It is actually Shenmue. They say it at the end of Shenmue 2. They finally say it, and it's Shenmue. But I've been calling it Shenmue all my life. But yeah, I've been playing Yakuza 5, and it's been like that up to a certain point, and then all of a sudden it becomes like a wilderness hunting game, which is weird. And you're just in the mountains hunting animals. And then after that, it becomes a rhythm action game where you play as a teenage girl who's a pop star, and I've no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't drunk?
Are you sure you didn't switch it out for Spice World?
Spice World.
Maybe I did. No, honestly, God is my witness. I don't know if Dylan's played it, actually. I was going to say ask Dylan, but I don't think he has. But yeah, honestly, at the minute, in that game, where I'm up to, it is like a rhythm action game. It's like Dance Dance Revolution. And it's just crazy. But
it sounds mental.
Yeah, and most of the other games are just about murdering people with your bare hands. But
just a slight shift in the series.
Yeah, it goes into murdering animals and then just murdering your ears.
Pandas or raccoons?
What's the difference?
Well, I don't know. we could get bogged down in that whole panda raccoon debate, but we just haven't got hours to talk about it. So.
But yeah, I've put Yakuza on the back burner for a bit to play Animal Crossing, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Animal Crossing. Everybody's talking about that at the moment.
I'm glad everyone's talking about it because it seems to sort of go on, into the background sort of thing. Whenever I've played the last ones, no one else has really been that bothered because it shouldn't really be that bothered as a 30-odd-year-old man playing Animal Crossing, but everybody seems to be into it this time, which I'm quite happy about.
They do. There's a lot of chatter and videos and things going up, and it's. A lot of people have been waiting for this to come out, and because they've now, through circumstance, a lot of people have got time on their hands at the moment.
It's come out at the absolute most perfect time, and the place at a time when people can't leave the houses, when you can just go on your TV and go into like a deserted island, which is just yours.
Almost as if it was planned by the makers of Animal Crossing themselves.
Maybe this whole thing was planned by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory.
Possibly, yeah. We'll discuss anything.
One of Mel Gibson's best films.
Was that the one with Julia Roberts, or was that the Pelican Brief?
She
was in both, but yes, it was that one.
There you go. Obscure film trivia as well, we can do. So, right, well, I've been playing Cool Spot on the Master System.
Oh, great game.
Yeah, really good. I was actually going to talk about that earlier. Before we were recording, we were on about like product placement in games, and Cool Spot's obviously a 7-Up game, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. It's the little red dot on the 7-Up bottle, but I think they moved on to something else afterwards. I think, I can't remember, but it's one of those sort of vaguely rememberable mascots.
Yeah,
who has a spot as an advertising campaign? But yeah, everyone says it's really good. It's great platforming fun. It really is. And to be honest, the Master System version graphically is really, really good.
I actually finished that game. That's one of the few games I probably finished on the Master System back in the day.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it's a great game.
I didn't put that much time into it. Sort of played the first 4 or 5 levels and bits and pieces, but I quite enjoy it. What's the other one I've been playing as well? Started playing Flashback on the Mega Drive.
That's a beautiful game. It really is gorgeous.
But the first 2 screens are great. I can't get further than that, but they are really beautiful. and honestly, that introduction is really, really good as well. It's and having played it on the Amiga when it came out then, and having not played the Mega Drive version, the Mega Drive version just seems so much better. I just get a feel for it, and the music's. Having watched the demo mode to see that what's beyond the first 2 screens, there's a small game to it. It's really, really good, and the music's great, and I just love it. But I'm completely useless at it.
Did anyone ever play the sequel on the PS1, Fade to Black?
Fade to Black. That rings a bell. What does that ring a bell?
I don't think I've played it.
Hang on, we're going to now turn around and consult our collections.
Exactly what I'm doing.
That's why we keep moving in and around the microphones. We keep turning round.
All I know is back in the day, it was one of those games that was everywhere, and I meant to play it, and I never did.
Save you the trouble. It's terrible.
Is it?
It really is terrible. I think it was like a launch game on the PS1, and it was really bad.
Oh, it went platinum, so I'll own it one day.
Yeah. There's only 007 Racing, so...
And I did notice that the London Gaming Market was only ever like £4, £5, or £6, you know, so it was definitely on the bottom end of the market.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's looked at it with like rose tinted glasses or anything, but I always hated it, and I was so disappointed because I loved Flashback. But I don't know.
Hang on, I'm just scanning through my phone to see if I've got that. Hang on a second.
I'm looking right in front of me, not yet.
Oh, I found it. There we go. FF. No, I haven't got that one. No, okay. I thought I had it, but no. So that's one to keep our eyes out for then, Fade to Black.
Yeah, it wasn't really widely publicised, but it is a sequel to Flashback.
Do you know, I generally never knew that.
Because it wasn't Another World the first game?
I thought that was unrelated. I don't know.
That may just have been me making it up then.
I do have Another World, though. Another World is one of those games that came in that free bundle with Mega Turrican and the Punisher. And apparently it's quite sought after, I don't know.
Oh, is it really? Oh, yeah. How many thousands of pounds they want for that?
I don't think it's very expensive, but it's one of those games that's like really highly regarded.
Because we were talking about Mega Turrican last week, weren't we? How much, sort of, that's probably worth around about 100 quid-ish at the moment, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, box complete.
Yeah, box complete, yeah.
So mine's not boxed and complete, but I didn't pay a thing for it, so...
Anyway, just like I say from last week, thanks to nobody who sent me any copies of Spice World after I mentioned it. I was half expecting somebody would have put one in the post, but no. So I haven't been playing that either this week. So.
We'll plug it again this week for you. So Bear wants a copy of Spice World.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'll just put a link in the description.
Pete nobody got the hint. Copy of Spice World.
Yeah.
It's Pete's birthday.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you feel like sending Pete a copy of Spice World, I'm sure he'd be very happy with that. And if I've mentioned it before, Spice World. Yeah. For those of you who listened last week, I have actually managed to find my VHS copy tin as well.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah. My which is I think it's worth all of £1.
The rusted solid.
It's what, sorry?
The rusted solid.
No, I'm a bit annoyed. There was a slight dent on it. I don't know where that came from. Not where you might think it would be either. And I must have watched the video at some point because there's no wrapping on the video.
No.
So probably watched once, and that was it.
We had
it on the Switch.
Well, we had it on DVD. I say had it because we got rid of all our DVDs not long back. But every year, my wife tried to make it a Christmas tradition to watch it on Christmas Eve, and every year I shot that down.
I mean, Christmas is a stressful time as it is anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I know. I went to see it in the cinema.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Was there nothing else on, or just feeling a bit destructive that day?
Did you go with a girl, or were you just on your own?
I did go with a girl. Yes.
Oh, that's okay then.
That'll surprise a lot of people. That shut everybody up, didn't it? Yeah.
Did your mum enjoy it?
Yeah. No, but your mum did.
Oh. Shots fired.
Oh dear, it's good job we're all great mates in it. There we go. Yeah.
You know what?
We was.
Yeah.
Last week when it was just the three of you, it all seemed very businesslike and formal. I've come back on and it's just a wreck already.
So we got your mum joking already.
Yeah. Oh, God. Right. Actually, I've been writing something down while we were talking. Pete mentioned something about throwing his pad after a game, and again, that's sort of something which I've sort of seen firsthand with my friends playing game rage.
We all get it.
I mean, how badly do you get it? How badly do you get it? What's the worst ever sort of experience you've had with that?
It's the reason why I now play most games on the easy setting. Because I don't play games for a challenge. I play them as most people watch films. That's how I play games, to just experience them. So it is the reason why I quite often play on easy mode now, because I don't want to end up breaking all my stuff.
That seems sensible to me. I can go along with that. Anything else?
Yeah, I have broken a couple of controllers previously from game rage, to be honest. And they weren't the cheapest ones either.
I don't think I've ever actually written off a controller, but I've been known to throw some occasionally.
I did go for a bit of an angry phase on my 360 once, and I did break 2 by actually smashing them.
Oh.
Literally holding one side of it and giving it a bang, and it's like, oh dear.
That takes some strength.
I'm actually, I did it multiple times. The game was that bad. I think it was even a crap game as well. It's what's really annoying.
Crash Course.
No, I think it was like the Bourne Conspiracy or something. It just got that hard.
Well, everyone's bashing that game. Everyone's bashing that. Was it Russ who bashed it on the video lately?
But no, it's not great.
Really?
I'm sure you did on your PlayStation collection. I thought you said it was terrible. I really like that game. It's really good.
I might have been a bit harsh. I mean, it was a bit disappointing because you had to keep pressing the button at the right time. Some people like that. Some people don't. I don't usually mind it, but to me, it just didn't feel.
I thought the shooting mechanic of it was a bit crap. It was a bit off. I think that's why I got frustrated, because you had to. It was pretty much an easy completion on 360, and I did get it. But there was one section which I got stuck on for ages. So, the controller just got whacked against the TV stand, Because, I'm on my 5th Xbox 360 controller. 2 died naturally, 2 died through other causes. And it's quite, I've actually counted them. That's the worst thing. I'm not counting my Street Fighter one, which I've got, the Mad Cat 6-button jobby. But, I'm on my 5th one, and because of that, no rude jokes here, but I call him Johnny because he's Johnny 5.
Still alive.
Bit of a
is he alive?
Yeah.
Yes, he's alive
until
as well.
next week. Yeah.
And because I like that film, I want to keep him alive as well. Plus, they're expensive now because they're not so readily available.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I used to have a Call of Duty one. It was amazing, and it was like you'd plug it in and it'd light up green. It actually had green LEDs in the sticks and stuff, and it looked really cool.
And it was amazing, yeah.
The Street Fighter Mad Cats ones are really nice as well. They've got like an enlarged D-pad as well, which makes pulling off moves a lot easier. Which is obviously the intention of it, but also the buttons are laid out properly as well.
Yeah,
so you haven't got used to shoulder buttons to use the hard attacks.
I like my main Street Fighter game that I grew up playing was Street Fighter EX plus Alpha on the PS1. So to me, the fierce attacks should be on R1 and R2, and I can't play it any other way. Which is why Eddie kicked the hell out of me on the arcade machine at Leeds.
And that's your excuse.
And you're sticking with it, yeah.
It was my excuse all day, and it's my excuse now.
The worst one was Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on the Mega Drive, because when it got released, I straight away bought it, saved up my money because I knew it was coming, went out, bought it straight away, and only had the 3-button joypad. Now, the horrible thing about that one, I'm sure you may know, Pete, but to switch between punch and kicks, you had to press the start button. Now, that also meant once you started the game, if you needed to go toilet mid sort of roster, you were screwed, You had to either die or basically, wet yourself. So the best thing I ever got for my Mega Drive was a 6-button arcade joystick. And that then made that game, and owning that, so many hours of fun. It really did.
Oh, you got a 6-button controller for the Mega Drive as well?
Oh, no, I got the joystick, mate.
When I was little, I pestered my mum so bad to get me a 6-button joypad for the Mega Drive. And I got it, and then realised I didn't actually have any games. So I was just playing Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm like, A to jump, B to jump, C to jump, X to jump, Y to jump, and Z to jump.
Did X, Y, and Z actually work to make it jump as well?
Yeah.
Because I've never tried playing Sonic with a 6-button joypad.
I think they did. It's been a while, but I think they did. But
to be fair, you could play Sonic with one button, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
You wouldn't move very far if you did, but yeah.
I don't think I've ever broken anything in terms of sort of rage on games. I tend to be more vocal and sort of like shout and scream things, and I can't talk about what sort of names I shout at stuff that tell the screen when I'm playing it. Mr. Nuts.
Could you at least give us the letter that they started with?
Yeah, Mr. Nuts has now been constantly referred to as that sea squirrel.
You don't call him a cockwomble then, are you?
Not usually, no. That'd be a bit like. But a friend of mine had probably the worst game rage of anybody I know, which is why I sort of bring it up. He actually managed to punch Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo so hard it cracked the cartridge.
Ooh.
Which he just spent £65 on.
Once I was... Sorry?
I just say, what hurt more, his fist or his wallet? I don't know.
The pride.
I think the fact he's playing Street Fighter 2, that was probably what upset him. But yeah,
if you beat him, yeah.
Yeah, if I beat anyone in Street Fighter 2, yeah.
I'd give up gaming if you beat me at Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I remember playing Alien Trilogy on the PS1, and I got so mad at that I pulled the disc out of the PS1 and threw it. And then later on, I completely forgot, and because my bedroom was a tip, always, I got off the bed, walked across the room, stepped on the disc and cracked it. And I cried.
Well, this very same guy punched the cartridge, which he managed to sort of put some filler in it. So it didn't look like it, he knackered it at all. He also managed to bend. He also managed to bend a copy of the Mega CD game Sylphid.
Oh,
literally bent it, and then said it wouldn't work again afterwards.
Well, it wouldn't.
Well, exactly, yeah.
How do you bend a CD?
Without snapping it.
Yeah, it's so brittle.
I don't know. He said he managed to bend it. Just sort of grabbed hold of it and sort of like, not like that, but
Did you do it over a long period of time by leaving a manual on it?
I'm not sure.
Was he in fact a robot from Futurama?
Not as far as I know. Jim, if you're listening, do let me know if you're a robot from Futurama, because I've known you all these years and I ain't quite sure. But yeah,
yeah, Jim, we really want to know.
It's nice to know you're listening, Jim, as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
here's the support.
And I was going to make a joke about that, but I thought, no, that's poor taste. About Nave's game on the Spectrum, but
that's Jim Butler, is it?
No, the other Jim.
Oh yeah, you know the one who's got broken things that you might need sorting out.
Yeah,
and other things sorting out, which we're not going to talk about. But yeah,
people's lives, people's lives. Oh dear.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, just go and watch Nath's first video. And then leave him a comment in the yes.
Yeah, do anyway.
Oh dear.
Some great games back in the day, I tell you.
Oh, was it a shopping game? That was it.
I have no idea. We just came across it. Had about 100 games, and that's the one I just happened to pull out. And I was like, oh,
yeah. And then you sort of focused on it and went, oh my god,
I demand a gameplay video.
Well,
not for children.
Yeah, but hasn't.
Make sure you take the box of copper.
But I think Kim Justice did a video on it, did she?
Possibly.
No,
she does cover the obscure. Really does.
I think she's touched on that subject.
Mind your words,
interesting choice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out how we can rescue that.
Well,
once again, I apologise. Once again, I apologise for lowering the tone of this podcast.
No, it's all right. We came on. We say we don't talk about coronavirus. We don't offend anybody, and now we're going in a completely different direction. And I've just offended everybody who's listened to this.
We've not actually mentioned him by name.
Yeah, all 12 people who have listened to this are now going to be leaving comments in the description saying "Death to Nath Retro." No, they're not.
I'm just pleased our listeners has tripled.
Yeah, but we're attracting the wrong sort of audience, surely. I don't know. Anyway,
tangents, we've got them.
See, this is what I wanted to get into podcasting for: is the tangents.
Oh dear.
Well, that's one tangent we probably could have avoided. Well, no, maybe not. I don't know. We'd have got there eventually. 5 episodes, possibly.
Let's dig out the way out of this hole.
Yeah. Actually, we're digging ourselves deeper in. So let's move on to games we have played the longest.
Can anybody guess which number it is with me?
3.
you know the game already. Come on. Anybody? Want to have a go?
Hang on. Ford Racing 3.
Hey?
Ford Racing 3.
Yes, a whole 30 minutes the other day. No, it's quite unshockingly, it is Gears 4. And
I didn't see that coming.
No. My money was on 3. I don't know.
I genuinely didn't see that coming because it's not the best one in the series.
Do you know what? It's just I got really addicted to the Horde mode in it. I still claim that 3 is the best, but for teamwork wise, 4 is better because you generally need one of each class. There's 5 classes in it, and each class has a different job, which, hopefully idiots online would try not to be the same one so that everyone's got the job. But it really is a proper co-op game because you really need everyone. And I know it's over 1,000 hours. I've got my Xbox on at the moment. I'm just trying to find it and get an exact figure. But it's over 1,000 hours. There's no way I've ever put over 1,000 hours into any other game. I know Far Cry 3 may come close because I absolutely adored that back in the day. But yes, we're there we go. Stats.
Over 1,000 hours.
Oh, see, yeah. Oh, I need to convert this. Time played is 42 days, 6 hours, and 25 minutes. So I don't know what that is in hours, but it's over 1,000, I think. I will give you an exact figure if you want to ask somebody else, and I will get Google to help me.
Yeah. So, does anybody want to answer that question, or are we going to sit here and wait for Rob to just, fill time?
I could be waiting for hours.
Yeah, I can answer it straight away. It's The Sims 2, actually.
The Sims 2? Wow, that's an interesting one.
I couldn't give you an exact figure, but I played that game for years, literally years, to an excessive level on my laptop. It's like the only PC game I've really ever played to a high degree. And it would have been thousands of hours.
I think I played The Sims for maybe about an hour, and I thought this is going to take an awful long time to actually get into this game. And then I stopped playing it.
Did you not take the ladder out of the pool first?
The what?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not the ladder.
Go swim and take the ladder out of the pool.
You wait till people jump in the pool, take the ladder out, and then watch them die.
How many hours?
Hours, thousands.
Thousands, God.
It doesn't actually track your time. Like it does now because of Origin, but it didn't back in the day, so I've no idea. But
so the thing is, that's the sort of game I probably would really enjoy if I'd actually spent the time trying to get into it.
Yeah, a lot of people write it off because you don't kill anybody. Well, you can kill people if you want to play it that way, but you don't shoot anybody, so people sort of don't want to play it. But it is really good.
It's like that one that was based on Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
Oh yeah.
I thought I really want to play that, and then after about 10 minutes, I thought, "Where's the dinosaurs? I'm going to build a park."
See,
Seriously?
I had that on the PS2, and I thought it was really good, and I was really enjoying it. And then I put about 7 dinosaurs in my park, and it was like, right, there's not enough memory now to put any more dinosaurs in the park. And I was like, oh, really?
Did you think Sir Richard Attenborough had the same problem back in the film?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because there was only like 3 dinosaurs in the first film, wasn't there? 4 or something. Yeah. One of them just laid down all the time. So, yeah, there were about 5. Sorry, 5. There was like the T-Rex, the Raptor, the Dilophosaurus, the Brachiosaurus, and the sick Triceratops.
What about the ones that ran across that? Sort of bit?
Yeah, there was hundreds of them, Pete.
Yeah, but I mean different species.
Well, yeah, species, yeah.
Gallimimus.
Yeah, it's the world's crappiest dinosaur park. You got 5 dinosaurs.
6. There were 6. Sorry, 6. But one of them just laid down and did a big pile of poo. To paraphrase Jeff Goldblum.
It was a big pile of poo.
It was. But yeah, it was the same with Sims on the PS2 as well. You could only put so many things in your house until the console ran out of memory, and then you couldn't put anything else in, and it was just a big letdown.
Yeah, right.
But with the Sims 2, you could I think it was SimCity 2000. You could go on that and create an island or a town, and then import that into the Sims 2, and build your houses and families around that. So
wow.
I'd built like a huge town with loads of roads and literally filled every space I could on that map with houses with families in and played it and everything. And I put that many in that physically putting another house on the map would crash my laptop. That's how long I actually played that for. But it's sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. I love that game.
What about you, Nath?
So I was just thinking about that, actually, and I was thinking there's games that I played to absolute death for a long period of time and then just stopped playing them. I play it constantly, day after day after day after day, and then just stopped playing it. But thinking back a while now, and one of the games that I played on the PC for a really, really, really long time was a game called Command & Conquer Generals. Which, if you haven't played it, obviously you know what a Command & Conquer game is, but I would set it on the hardest setting and just set all the enemies to come after me, like me against everyone, and it would take me absolutely ages, but I'd win the game fight eventually. It would be a ridiculously hard fight, and everything had to be timed to the minute, but there was a way of doing it. So I played that like constantly for about a year. Got really into that one. I also played Battlefield 2, which I've aforementioned on this podcast, against people online. Probably when I was back into PC gaming. The early 2000s, I played a lot of those kind of games, where it's a strategy game or an online game. That's probably one of the first online games was Battlefield 2, because it was just amazing.
Is that on the PS3, Xbox 360?
No, these were on the these were actually on the PC.
Oh, sorry.
Battlefield 2 was on the PC, and it was a free online game. You just had to go on servers and you just shoot against people, and you'd have the enemy yourself, and just have to kind of just kill them out, a number of people till you actually won. Effectively, but yeah, I spent ages and ages and ages playing those games, strategy games and shooting games on the PC back in the day. Recently, I say there hasn't been a lot of games that I've spent so much into. I mean, I put a lot of time into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch, but that game took forever, and I think the most time I spent watching cutscenes for a lot of it. It was an okay game, but I just kind of grinded all the way to the end. I was like, is it ever going to end? And it finally did, and I was like, oh. Okay. God for that, really. It's over now.
Yes, it's like Shinobi on the Master System, but I won't spoil the end of that when people get to the end of that one. That's quite an abrupt ending as well.
You don't want to spoil one of these most recent games everyone's playing at the minute, do you?
Yeah, Shinobi. I'm guessing Rob's run out of fingers and toes. Have you managed to work it out yet?
Yes, 42 days and 6 hours in total hours is 1,014. So I only just cleared 1,000 hours.
But that is really impressive.
That's 6 weeks, really.
Oh, I don't want to. Please don't even think of it like that. That's a month and a half.
A month and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like 10% of a year, Rob.
You won't be outside again by then.
Yeah, mate. Don't say, I spent a lot of time in the dark room just playing Gears 4. What can I say?
Yeah. For those of you who think you've wasted your life, I'll give you Rob.
Yes, here I am. And basically for 9 months, I pretty much didn't play anything else as well. So that is what I'm blaming the ridiculous backlog on. I need an excuse. There it is.
My ridiculous backlog is the fact that I buy about 30 games a month and play 2 of them.
Oh, so, we all do that.
Yeah.
2?
Bear does that.
How
plays
does
none.
Play 2? How many? From my point of view, it's got to be probably Football Manager 2005.
Management games. Yeah, quite easy to do that.
You can just keep going and going and going and going. Again, it's like The Sims. At some point, the game does sort of crash, but that's probably something to get 20 years into the future. And basically all the players that you start with have all retired and gone, and you've got a lot of people you never heard of before.
And they start mixing up names of players that exist in the game.
Yeah, and
so you have like Joe Lampard and things like that.
You've actually just brought something into my head, just completely kind of going off on a tangent again. But about the game crashing after you get so far, it's like the whole kill screen thing in the arcades, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. When they didn't think anyone would get that far in games, so they didn't bother to program an ending, and you could just play it until the game just collapsed.
No, it's. I
mean, obviously that's not what's happening there, but
but it's a similar sort of thing. I mean, technically that game, there should be no end to it anyway. You just carry on until you get to a certain point. But of course, you put your age in at the start. Sometimes actually it retires you after a certain age as well. I think it's just getting fed up. You play something else for goodness sake. But I think it's also interesting that apart from Rob, that Pete's got The Sims, Nath, you've got the Command and Conquer games, and I've got sort of Football Manager. They're all in a way sort of like strategy, management, life simulation games.
And they're all computer games as well, and not console games.
Yeah.
The funny thing you say it's not strategy and management, but I play Horde mode where it's quite important that you be 5 members of a team. You each stick to your job. You set up a base and you take control of it, and then you can pretty much, even on the hardest difficulty, once you've maxed out your player, can get through inconceivable 50 waves.
But I would suspect the body count is slightly higher in Gears of War than it is in Football Manager.
Well, you say that.
Only
You
slightly.
say that. But
Slightly.
you're playing it for how long? And all those players age and die.
Yeah, the dynamo age.
We're talking entire populations here.
Many times I've
Eventually.
mourned the passing of Frank Lampard. It's just terrible days.
But you talk about playing Football Manager that goes forever. I did actually do that for quite a while on LMA Manager 2001 on the PlayStation 1. I don't normally get hooked on a Football Manager game. I'm enjoying for a little bit and then get bored. But that one, I don't know what it was about it. I did, and I think I was like, this is season 2083. I think I need to stop now and play something else. So
2083.
it was something ridiculous like that, because I had it in my head. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to get to 3000? And I didn't even make it to 2100. And I was like, nope, not doing this anymore.
They should have done it like, games like that. They should have had it like, you remember Cannon Fodder?
Yeah.
Where as your soldiers die, like more will appear and they'll all have like, random names. They should do that with football management games, where they like you start off with the licensed players, and they'll sort of age out of the game, and then you'll sort of like sign new players with like random names, and they'll sort of become stars in their own right. So I think that'd be quite interesting.
Oh, that is what used to happen in LMA Manager 2001 to a degree. Yeah, and then like you'd get them worth like 30 odd million, and you could just sell them and then start again. It was great. If you knew the peak time to sell them, you really could just win everything and keep going, which is what I achieved at one point, which is probably why I got bored of it, because it suddenly wasn't a challenge. I knew how to beat the system, basically, of the game. So
I did a similar thing with WWE 2K14 on the PS3. It was like the game that got me back into wrestling again, really. But they had a universe mode on there where you could just you set up you've got basically your TV sort of schedule, and you set up different shows or different rosters every night and stuff. Like I had like Raw and SmackDown, NXT, and then I had a TNA show and stuff like that. And you just play through like years upon years of like programming, and you can play the matches if you want, you can simulate them and stuff. And I just spent like years basically just simulating matches, making little tweaks here and there, and just seeing where the title went and everything like that. And
did you
I spent a long time.
Did you ever play that? There was like a management or sort of simulation game. Was it Extreme Wrestling Warfare or something like that?
It's on the PC.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never actually played it.
I played it when it sort of came out, and again, that was the idea was you sort of take over an organisation and you start booking the stuff and booking the feuds and booking the matches. And it was really great fun to play. It was quite hard work, because you had to make sure that you weren't overexposing talent and what have you. But yeah, I found it absolutely brilliant. And you start the game. I think it was done after the collapse of the sale of WCW to WWF. I sort of appreciate I'm talking to like three people here. Sorry, I do apologise. But it was that sort of you could take control of it, and then all the people who were in WCW now free agents, you could bring them in and get rid of certain people and not use people and send them to development. Oh, it was again fascinating to sort of do. But you'd have to spend a long time to get a lot out of it.
Well, 2K14 wasn't that in depth, but it was how you played it. You needed imagination to play it, basically. But I don't know. It was like the last one on the PS3, that game, and then 2K15 on the PS4 was awful. Because you couldn't download female wrestlers, and you could only download 20 user-created ones instead of 100, so it really limited the game. But so I played 2K14 all the way through 14's lifespan, and all the way through 15's lifespan as well. And that's just 2 years of complete just playing that mode, and I played it extensively as well. That's probably up there with The Sims 2, actually.
It's a shame when they limit games like that, when they've actually got some good thing going. And then just suddenly just cut it. EA are the best for doing things like that. I found
everybody
with
hates
the Sims
2K
and that
games anyway, so everyone really hates the current crop of WWE games, especially after this year's, which was terrible. But
yeah, I mean, again, that was plastered all over the internet about how bad that game was, wasn't it? And that's probably another subject from the time that games, sort of released, which are basically broken. It would never have happened years and years ago. But I think we get into that now. We're going to go quite some time on that, so I think we can probably tackle that one on another episode.
Possibly.
We could completely forget about it.
Add it to the list.
The problem with us is that we go through all these subjects before we start recording and write them all off.
Yeah, yes, we haven't touched half the stuff we wrote down earlier, so that's all right. We haven't even mentioned Elton John.
We haven't. Happy birthday, Elton.
Yeah, for
You're a national treasure.
Yeah. For those of you who may have fell asleep at some point during the podcast and can't remember what happened at the start, it's Pete's birthday today, and he shares his birthday with Elton John.
And Richard O'Brien.
Sorry, what was that? I've just woke up.
And Mr. Crystal Maze himself, Richard O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien, yeah. Happy birthday, Richard.
I'm sure he's listening.
I'm sure he is.
Right, so anything else anybody wants to sort of bring up as a last subject, as was what we would technically call any other business? Anybody want to sort of bring something in or finish on?
Last week, I remember Rob mentioning about the Platinum games, about how did 007 Racing sell that many copies or anything.
Yes.
The thing that really baffles me is the fact that it took so long for Final Fantasy VII to become a Platinum game, if I remember rightly. It was years and years before that became an actual Platinum release.
Have any of the Final Fantasy games actually gone Platinum at all?
7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, I think they all did.
Yeah,
I mean, if all 4 Tony Hawk's games can go Platinum, surely Final Fantasy can.
But the Tony Hawk's games are brilliant.
Everybody loves them. And I don't really like skateboarding, but I love playing them games.
No. I liked skateboarding for about half an hour until I was in a lot of pain through scabs on my knees and stuff, so...
But I'm just going to touch on your 007 Racing going Platinum. Perhaps it was just picked up by a lot of people that just like James Bond. Casual people go, "Oh, James Bond game. I like James Bond. I'll buy that," and they'll play it.
Really
and they'll go.
I think you'll find Blofeld was behind that.
I really wanted 007 Racing when I was younger. I never got it, but I really wanted it just because I liked the concept of it. I didn't even like Bond, but I just like the concept of it.
I watched a video on it and I'm thinking, I don't need that game in my collection, and I'll buy anything.
Well, thanks to Santa Sean, I've now got it and I didn't have to pay for it, so I might play it at some point.
I haven't got it yet, but like I say, I will own it at some point. It's another one of those.
Inevitable.
Nath, do you plan on owning it at any point in the future?
007 Racing?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
But I think we need to explore the Tony Hawk's games a bit more in one of these podcasts.
I think we do, yeah.
Well, when do you want to do that?
I keep saying to you, it's your fault they all went Platinum because you bought them all, burnt them all, thought you'd absolutely got rid of them forever, and they went, well, these have all sold so many thousand, we'll make them Platinum now, and they released them again.
Release a load more,
yeah, it's your fault, mate.
Yeah. I can't talk about it because I've got a cease and desist order, so,
We're also trying not to swear as well, so you can't really talk about it.
I'm harming sales of his old games. Yeah. We can't talk about it. Right. Yes, I think that is pretty much it. Unless anybody else wants to bring anything in.
I think that's it.
No, we're good.
No, we shall save it for next time.
Silence is golden. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So, once again, I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who's tuned in this evening, and also thank you very much to our panellists, which is the birthday boy himself, Pete Fighter 2.
Thank you.
Rob, Gurnaldinho Players.
Thank you, and as always, take care.
Good grief.
Any
opportunity.
Just want to get a laugh out of you guys. It worked.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Nath.
Thanks very much.
No, that's all right. Like I said, all the YouTube channel guys, we put the descriptions in the channel links below and stuff like that, as we do. I always get the wrong way around. I don't care less. But they'll all be in there anyway, so you can pick up what we've got. If you enjoy what we've spoken about, do leave us a comment. We always love to hear from you. If you have anything that you'd like us to chat about in the future, again, keep it clean, and we'll try and bring some subjects in as well.
Once again, I'm really sorry for swearing.
That's fine. That's fine.
You don't have to keep it clean.
To be fair, Nath did drop one later as well, and it was a much more creative one.
Did I?
Yeah. a certain animal that collects junk, I believe, was involved.
Oh, you did, yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just what they call the head womble.
I was going to make a joke on that, but I'll leave it.
Yeah. And on that slightly depressing note, I'd like to once again say thanks to everybody tuning in. Thanks very much for being here. This is the tNb Gaming Podcast. I am the Retro Bear, which I didn't say at the start, but you may have guessed that already anyway. All the very best to everybody. Please do stay at home. please protect the NHS and please save lives by doing this. I can't stress that importantly enough, and I think everybody here will reiterate that. It is very difficult out there at the moment. We hope this has given you something to enjoy and chuckle along with us, and I hope that you found the discussion interesting and has brought a bit of sunshine into those lives for most people, which is very, very difficult. So once again, from all the members of tNb Gaming Podcast, thank you very much indeed for listening. We will see you again very, very soon. We try and upload every Sunday night at 7. Try and remember that. If you can do, we'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
If I may interject, this will be the first the first episode of the podcast, which will be going up in an audio format. I'm going to try and put it up on Apple Podcasts, on Podbean, and on Google Play, I think. If there's anywhere else that anyone might want to listen to it, just let me know. And and probably Spotify as well. And so I'm probably going to put all 3 of the first 3 episodes up in bulk in case anybody wants to listen back, just audio only. And hope people will follow us across there.
Well, let's hope so, because we get a lot of fun doing these. We have a lot of enjoyment doing them, and hopefully they will continue. Mm-hmm. Okay, right, that's it then. Thanks so much indeed, everybody. All the best to you. We'll speak to you again very, very soon. On behalf of everybody here, and especially from Rob, take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.